movement for the defense of our democracy in a campaign of mass action and civil disobedience, whose aim is to restore people's power, choices, and sovereignty in terms of who governs them and how. Those 14 days elapsed at midnight, with Kenya Kwanza thing.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Martha Karua. To now invite to the stage the Honorable Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
The people's power for action, and launch the movement for defense of democracy. Article 37 of our Constitution provides that, and I quote, "Every person has the right peaceably and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities." End of quote. Article 1 of our Constitution equally provides that, and I quote, "All sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this Constitution. The people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratically elected representatives." End of quote. We are today invoking these provisions of our Constitution 2010 to launch a massive, peaceful, and I repeat, peaceful movement of defiance against an illegitimate, reckless, heartless, incompetent Kenya Kwanza regime. We launch the MDD because Kenya Kwanza is illegitimate and therefore incapable of listening to the cries of our people. The people are now taking back all their delegated powers. It is now action time. Having consulted the public widely and extensively, today we give the much awaited directions subject to the constitutional provisions that give the people the power and the right to peaceably and unarmed assemble, demonstrate, and picket. We are calling upon our supporters to action.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think as we speak, the entire nation has been waiting to hear from our leader, the people's president, a man who has fought for our democracy, the champion of devolution, and a man who in the 90s was detained fighting for a multi-party democracy. A man who, while fighting for the second liberation of this country, his opponent, who was declared president by Chebukati illegitimately, was fighting to sustain. You do recall, ladies and gentlemen, had young Kenyans who fought deals. On the other side, right, the liberation movement that fought for higher ideals, for multi-party democracy, of devolution, and the fruits of freedom we enjoy today. At our Atman burial, it is my pleasure to invite this great Democrat, our leader, the People's President, to speak to the nation. Your Excellency, please.
Stand up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand. Preacher man, don't tell me.
Fellow Kenyans, starting today and now, hereby declare the official start of a countrywide mass action for the following reasons. Number one, the high cost of living in Kenya, which is as a result of massive looting of the public resources and heartless withdrawal of subsidies to food, fuel, and education by the Kenya Kwanza regime in the middle of a drought and economic meltdown. To lower the cost of living and to restore the dignity of our people, Mr. Ruto must go. Taxation by this illegitimate regime is killing our businesses, impoverishing families, and damaging opportunities for investment. This must immediately stop for Kenya to economically recover. For this reason, Mr. Ruto must go. Three, the importation of genetically modified organisms, GMOs, by Ruto and company is a scheme to destroy the country's food basket and to make Kenyan slaves to the American multinationals while enriching his cronies. For this reason, Ruto must go. Four, the attempt by Kenya Kwanza regime to single-handedly reconstitute the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission by forming a William Ruto Electoral Commission is a reckless misadventure that is intended to wreck this country. The IBC selection panel is a puppet of Ruto, of Mr. Ruto clique that intends to create 7 Chebukatis who will aid him in stealing the 2027 general elections. For this reason, Ruto must go. 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 6. The victimization of commissioners must sit Raila, Nyang'aya and Wanderi for standing with the truth against Chebukati and his cabal in an electoral theft and their removal from office through a kangaroo tribunal was actually meant to create a William Ruto IBC. For this reason, Ruto must go. 7. The contempt with which the Supreme Court treated the Azimio One Kenya presidential petition is the epitome of judicial thuggery. From the judge's subservient and unprofessional, physically biased remarks and the recent public dalliance with Ruto, the Supreme Court judges confirm Ruto's complete judicial capture. For this reason, Ruto must go. 8. The accumulation of all powers, legislative, executive, and judiciary by Ruto, the perfect definition of tyranny and dictatorship. Ruto is buying the legislature, influencing the Supreme Court, and the sole executive decision maker. This is a dangerous dictator that must not be allowed even a single extra minute in public office. For this reason, Ruto must go. 9. The history of Kenya. It is the first time our country is facing a two-tribe regime. An exclusive one-tribe regime in Rwanda resorted to genocide. In 2007-08, the security forces were unable to control the violence in the Rift Valley simply because of a one-sided security force. Kenya Kwanza is a one-sided illegitimate regime that is planting seeds of ethnic hegemony for a future genocide in Kenya. Only 2 communities are getting appointed to public service. For this reason, Ruto must by Ruto to reason, Ruto must 11. Kenya experience